Hi there and welcome to video number one. Other than the introduction, of course, that you've already seen. So what we're actually going to do in this video is have a look at the deposits that have actually been placed in the account. We're going to open up a little document and just follow it along as we go on by the season, just to give us a good idea of what is actually happening. Now, so this is one of the sports books that I recommend, and it is pinnaclesports.com. And if we have a look in here, I'm just going to click on the sportsbook balance, and that's actually going to bring up the accounts reports. So what I'm going to do is non-wager entries in the past 4 weeks. So this is as far back as it goes. As you all know, the NBA started just a few days ago, and right there, 3rd of November, I deposited it. It's the 8th of November today, using my MetaCharge Visa, $497.92. Now the reason I used this really random amount was I had a couple of dollars in the account already, so I just wanted to round it out to a nice easy $500 to make it very easy for tracking. So what I want to do is just to go into some of the wagers, some of the history, the pending bets accepted in the past 24 hours. There's only one bet, Oklahoma City, and you can check that out on our Facebook page at showmehowtobet.com. So it actually says here exactly what we've bet. Hopefully this comes true. If it doesn't, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, we'll make money by the end of the season. Going back, I just wanted to show some of the graded results. So let's just have a look at the past 7 days, because as I said, the money was actually deposited 7 days ago. So so here we go. We've got a Baltimore bet, a Detroit bet, Washington Redskins, Seattle, Detroit and Denver over 198.5. So these are all the bets that we've actually recommended as well. What I also want to have a look at is everything that was posted in the last 7 days. So as you guys can see here, wagers placed, the deposit into the account, bets placed on the 4th, couple of wagers won. Look, four placed, 3 won, one placed, 1 won, one placed today. So what this actually means, in what really matters, is that the sportsbook balance is $895.98. So I've opened up a little notepad here just to record exactly what's going on. As I said, Pinnacle, we had a $500 deposit, as you saw, and the balance is now $895.98. So here on the next sports book, what I use, but not very often, to be completely honest, once in a while, and maybe 1 in 10 bets, the odds will pop up that the odds are slightly better in Bet365, and part of one of our advanced strategies is using multiple sports books to take advantage of the best odds. 10-point difference could really make a big difference if you bet once every 10 bets or so by the end of the season. When you're betting 500, 600 odd bets in 6 months, a 10-point difference once every 10 bets, that does actually add up to dollars. And remember, this is all about making money. Some people get caught up in sports betting in terms of who's right and who's wrong, and how good their team is and how bad the other teams are, and how badly their favorite team deserves to win. It doesn't matter. When it comes to sports betting, there should really only be one thing that matters if you're doing this seriously, and that's whether you make money or not. Season in, season out. Not 1 day, not 2 days, not 1 month, not 2 months. Season in, season out, sport by sport. So Bet365, let's have a look at the history. Now, one of the cool things with Bet365 history is that you can actually go straight into the deposits that have been made. Now, obviously, we're not going to choose the last 24 hours. Let's go the last, say, 2 months or so, just to see exactly what's happening with this account. So as you guys can see here, total for this period, $500 deposited into this account. Alright, so I've documented further into our little notepad here. Bet365, we've got a deposit of $500, and the balance at this day is $699.95. Very good. So our final sports book that we're using currently is BetUS. Now, There's a lot of controversy with regards to sports book, and rightly so. In the 90s up until probably even about 2004, 2005, these guys had some serious issues, a lot of moral and ethical problems. Now they've come a really long way. I've been using these guys now for about 4 years, and don't get me wrong, they're not the easiest to use. Navigationally, they're very easy to use. They're difficult when it comes to deposits as well as withdrawals. But at the end of the day, I've been able to deposit the money using a credit card, which is the way I prefer to do it, and I've been able to withdraw the money into my e-wallet. Sometimes it does take a little while. Like all businesses, they want to hold on to your cash as long as possible. But at the end of the day, I've received the money into my personal account, season in, season out, no issue. So let's have a look at the account and what's been happening. So in the past week, I have deposited $50. In the last month, once again $50, so that's actually the same amount. And older, here we go. This is what I was actually looking for. So on September the 4th, we actually deposited $746 into our account. So that brings it to a total of $796. Okay, so now as you guys can actually see, dating back to as far as September the 4th, I have actually deposited $796 between then and November the 7th. So the reason for the random $746 odd dollars is because I actually already had $454 in there. Okay, so keep that in mind. I already had $454 in there. I am not hiding anything at all from you. There's no tricks, none of that sort of crap. You can see by our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, it's very basic. We're not internet geniuses. We're simply people who actually make money betting our sports betting systems. So if we add all that up, the 454 that we already had plus $746 is $1,200 plus another $50 that we deposited yesterday. So that comes to a total of $1,250. So the numbers kind of add up a little bit better. We like round even numbers. It just makes them very easy to track. So what I've actually done, I've updated our little notepad here. So in our BetUS account, we've got $1,250, and the balance on this account here, as you can see for yourself right now, is $2,048.89. And we do actually have a couple of bets pending for today as well. So there's another $150 on top of that. You see a pending wager here of $75. We've got another one with Pinnacle. Now, we won't even go into that sort of rubbish. We'll just go with the numbers that are actually sitting in the account as, let's call it liquid assets, right? Money that we can choose, if we choose, withdraw at this very moment. So $2,048.89. Alright, now so what I've done here is I've added everything all together. So between the three different sports books, what we've actually got is a total deposit amount of $2,250. Now I need to explain something here. We've actually committed a total of $7,500 into this little project, and the money management strategies that we have are shown on showmehowtobet.com. You can get access to the free ebook, which also complements the video tutorials that you'll get there as well. Absolutely free, no charge whatsoever. The three prongs to our attack are the successful systems that we have in place, the money management strategies, as well as the ultimate secret. Now the ultimate secret you will only receive when you become a member. It is our biggest weapon in terms of recouping any of the losses that we actually have in place, and this is a strategy that's followed by very few people. People that do actually follow it generally are ill-disciplined and as a result lose money. So what we've actually got here is $2,250 deposited into the three separate accounts, as I've already shown to you. The remaining $5,000 or so, if and when I need it during the season, I will deposit the money into the particular sports book which needs the funding. Naturally, with systems, balances go up and down throughout the whole year. all that really matters when you think about it is the money that you make at the end of the season. I know every Tom, Dick, and Harry that has had an awesome story about the money that they made in last week's game. Whoop-de-doo, hooray for them. Did they tell you about the money that they had lost over the last 5 years from betting the same friggin' strategy or team? So what we've actually got here is something that is trackable, something solid that we can follow in, week out. So you can see for yourself that we really do make some pretty strong cash with this. So in the last 2 weeks, so I mean NBA sort of started, yeah, roughly 2 weeks ago now. And so in total, with Pinnacle, we started with 500. Our account's now up to 895.98. With Bet365, we started with 500. We're now up to 699.95. With BetUS, we started with 1250 and we're now up to 2048.89. In English, what that actually means is our total profits are $1,394.82. Not bad for 2 weeks' work. Now, you tell me how long it takes you to place a bet. I typically send between maybe 4 and 8 bets a night. So what's that, a grand total of 5 to 10 minutes? For you to place your bets. Imagine if you were betting the same sort of amount that I'm betting here. You would now, right now, have close to $1,400 worth of profit in 2 weeks. I mean no disrespect, but it's more than most people are making at their actual jobs. You could be potentially making this in 5 to 10 minutes a day, and this is only with an account balance of 7,500. Imagine if you had more money than we've put into this project. I know people who bet with a sports betting account of $50,000, $100,000. Imagine the kind of cash that they'd be pulling in. So I'd really, really like to invite you to be part of our program. Join us on go there and become a member now. There's a link in the little description box below. If you're here at Facebook, visit YouTube or simply type in the URL. Yeah, we'd love to have you on board. Look, this strategy has been killing it for the last 3 years, and based on our the actual testing that we've done, NBA, NHL, NFL, WNBA, baseball. We've been making money for quite a few years now. So, look, we'd love to have you on board. Please join us. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the members area soon.